Tyler Hero. Tyler Hero. Tyler Hero. Tyel. Oh, no, I fucked it. I fucked that up. Tylerherro. Fuck is happening, bro? I told you niggas what the fuck was gonna happen. Granted, matter of fact, let me just introduce the podcast. This is Dem Sports Talk. I'm your host, the finest motherfucking Madison, and we are back again with the 6th episode of Dem Sports Talk Podcast. Consistency is key, and I've been consistent. Fuck. Look, bro. Tyler Hero, right? Like this nigga, whew, Heat versus motherfucking Heat. Fuck, it's just all Heat. Fuck everything else. All Heat. No Celtics. Granted, look, it's Saturday and this podcast is dropping. So, they play Game 4 and they play Game 5. Right. Game 4 was the nuts game where Tyler Hero went fucking bananas. That's that game. And then this is now Game 5 that just passed, where Celtics had a big-ass third quarter, and they end up winning that game. So that's what we're dealing with right now. That's what was going on. Anyway, let me get back to a more specific fucking arrangement of topics, okay? So first let's talk about Game 4, because it is Saturday, and 2 games have happened prior to today. So Game 4, Miami Heat go insane. They treat Celtics like barbecue fucking chicken, like some fucking boys. Like, that's how they treat them. And that's fucking beautiful. Everybody played well, very team-oriented play. And also, the thing, what I love to see the most, so Tyler Hero starts to go crazy. And instead of veterans being salty and like irritated by it, they encourage it. They keep feeding him the ball. They understand that he's hot. They understand that he's going crazy. So Tyler Hero, let us go all the way, baby. 37 fucking points from Tyler Hero. The second most points by a rookie in the playoffs. Only second to Magic Johnson. Hey, let that sink in. This fucking kid is doing Magic Johnson, Derrick Rose type shit. Like, this fucking kid, they calling him Baby Goat. Like, bruh, this fucking kid is going fucking insane. He's going nuts. And now it's like, it's getting even more consistent, more, it's beautiful. Making the right plays, making the right reads, not just sitting there letting things come to him. He's truly attacking. He's rightfully demonstrating that he belongs in the league. He belongs on this team. And soon enough, he will be that guy. Soon enough, he will be the man to take him to the promised land. Shit like that, bro. Like, seriously. Shit's amazing. Shit's straight nuts. Right? And I love to see it. And another thing I love to see is Jimmy Butler being so encouraging. Like, it's obvious Jimmy Butler is the leader of the team. But how he encourages all the young players, how I said a couple podcasts ago, how in the post-game interview, Jimmy Butler nods his head to Bam Adebayo and says, "Oh, he's the heart and soul of our team." And then here, video comes out of Jimmy Butler showing up in practice in Tyler Hero's fucking high school jersey. Like, that shit is nuts. And him doing that just goes to show you how much of a leader he is. Like, just imagine the amount of confidence that instills in a rookie to know that a proven vet like Jimmy Butler, someone who only respects true hoopers, someone who leaves a team when he feels like the people on the team don't want to win. Him doing that gives you all the confidence in the world. It makes you feel like you're on top of the world. It makes you feel like all I need to keep doing is this, and I'm gonna succeed because Jimmy said so. Every time I'm open for a three, I'm gonna take it because I know Jimmy has my back. And every time we're on defense, I'm gonna fight as hard as I can because I know Jimmy will do the same. That's what that gives you. Though that leadership makes this team go. No, Jimmy might not give him 25, 30 every night. No, Jimmy not grabbing 20 rebounds a night. He not dishing out 15 assists a night. But he's consistent in his leadership skills and qualities amongst the right group of people is unmatched. It is something you cannot buy. It is something you cannot practice. It is something you cannot train. Like, if you really think about it, Jimmy's leadership is probably going to get the Heat a championship ring. Like, really think about that. Jimmy Butler's fucking leadership is about to put the Heat in the finals and possibly get them a championship ring. Like, nigga, just remember a year or two ago, the Celtics were thinking championship, but the lack of leadership from Kyrie Irving fucked their ass up. Had niggas saying that the Celtics are fucking better without Kyrie Irving, even though Kyrie Irving was clearly the best motherfucker on the floor. Leadership is so fucking important, it's nuts. So hats off to Jimmy. Hats off to Tyler. It's beautiful. Now, on to Game 5. Celtics bounce back with a Game 5 win. They forcing Game 6. Okay, look. Now this the negative about the Heat. There's one negative about the Heat. Sometimes the intensity and all this vigor and all this, this ferociousness, this fight, sometimes they get tired. And they have quarters like the third quarter of Game 5 where they get outscored 45 to like 27 or some shit like that. How you going to have leading by 10 and you go into fourth losing by 10? Like, that's fucking nuts. Or however it happened. Sometimes that intensity or whatever, it'll take them out for a quarter. For a quarter, they might just be horrible, the zone not working, the other team knocking down threes. And truly, that's the problem with the zone that they run. Because zone is beautiful when the team can't hit threes. But when the team start hitting threes, the zone look horrible as shit. The team get the ball inside in the middle of the zone and they kick it out 3. Or get in the middle of the zone, kick it out, and then they swing 3. Like, that shit, it destroys the zone. Case in point, Game 5. Celtics destroyed the zone, kept shooting the rock, and threes kept falling. But none of that shit really mattered, though, because in Game 6 will be a win by the Heat. And the fucking Celtics is going home. No more bubble. No more motherfucking hotel and trash food. No more worrying about you can't get the, you can't get the shits popping in the hotel room. Like, y'all about to get the fuck out of here. But in all seriousness, the Heat need to make sure they close shit out in Game 6. Because if they don't win Game 6, Game 7 might be, Game 7 might be a whole different situation. Because just imagine you down 3-1 and you get to a Game 7. The amount of confidence, the amount of fuck confidence. Now you sitting in Game 7 like we supposed to be here. You sitting in Game 7 like some divine intervention, like, yo, God put us here. God the reason why he here. He wanted us here to win tonight. if God didn't want it, then shit, we wouldn't be here right now in Game 7. Like, that's how they're going to be thinking. That's how they're going to be talking. When in actuality, the other team just kind of fucked up. But when the underdog or the perceived underdog have that mentality, it's scary. It's not something you want to be. It's not a predicament you want to be in. And then let's not act like that the Celtics technically don't have a better team. Like, if you kind of look at the roster, I mean, the grit in the willingness to never give up in the fight that the Heat have make them better than a lot of teams. But if you want to go talent for talent, player for player, it's the Celtics. So now if you let them get to a Game 7, it's going to be bad fucking news for the Heat. But I don't think that shit going to happen, to be honest. Game 6 is over with. I'm calling it right now. Game 6 going to be the final game between the Heat and the Celtics, because the Heat about to beat their ass. And like I said, however many podcasts ago, this series is going to be a 6-7 game series. I said that shit. I mean, I ain't saying I'm like, a clairvoyant or a future teller or, whatever the fuck. But that's what it's looking like. Cause I'm cool. I'm cool as fuck, bro. Like, I'm telling you, I be knowing this shit. But Heat better watch out. They need to close this shit out. Cause if they don't close this shit out, I'm gonna be worried. And on from the east to the west. Lakers versus Nuggets. Now it is Saturday. It's actually Saturday night that I'm recording this, and I believe that this shit is about to end. Or actually, it has ended. It has ended. The Lakers are going to the fucking finals, right? Like, who didn't see that shit coming? We all saw it coming. We knew it was gonna happen. The fucking magic ain't gonna work over here, Nuggets. Yeah, Nuggets, I know y'all thought the magic was gonna work. There's no magic. It ain't happening. That 3-1 bullshit y'all kept pulling. You can't pull it no more. I told these niggas, I told y'all at the beginning of all this shit, I said the Lakers can send 3 bigs at Jokic all fucking night. Like, but JaVale McGee wasn't getting no tick in the first series and blah, blah, blah. Oh, is he really going to play Dwight, JaVale, blah, blah, all these people, blah, 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 blah. Yes, nigga, coaching. Frank Vogel ain't the greatest coach, but let's not act like he took a young Paul George and some okay talent to the Eastern Conference Finals. Like, let's not act like that didn't happen, right? And on top of that, he got savvy veteran coaches as his assistants. Jason Kidd, case in point. So you knew what was going to happen. Exactly what I told you was going to happen. They're going to take all these bigs, keep throwing them at Jokic, and have Jokic off balance. And then the front court, LeBron included, was going to make sure Murray didn't go crazy. And now we got the fucking Western Conference Finals over in 5. That's how that worked. That's what happens. See, like, bro, this shit is simple. Like, it's simple, but it's hard. It's simple as in, yeah, anybody can look at the film and see, like, oh, this is what you need to do. But not every team has the personnel to do it. Because, again, the name of this podcast, Dem Sports Talk. The sport's going to talk to you. You're going to look at the screen and see exactly what's going on. Exactly what you need to do. Who's better, who's not better, who's good, who's fucking trash. You look at the Nuggets. You know who they got, Jokic and Murray. Everyone else decent to trash, that's it. So decent at the most with a bunch of trash and filler. And Murray, he just started kind of getting explosive after he had that little layoff and he was able to put on a little weight. Fuck is this nigga's name? They call this nigga the second coming to LeBron James or whoever the fuck. Fuck, for the Nuggets. Damn, I cannot remember his name right now. Hold on, what the fuck is his name, bro? Bro, it's just, his name is, what the fuck is your name? Michael Porter Jr. Michael Porter Jr. They say this nigga's just supposed to be the best motherfucker out for however long. He gonna take over the league, blah, blah, blah. At the end of the day, you still technically a rookie. And you going up a veteran field Lakers squad. So all that Jamal Murray, Michael Porter scoring 15 points in the first quarter, all that shit is out the window when you're coming up against these boys. Too veteran heavy, too savvy, IQ nuts. You're not going to get past this. And they didn't. They didn't. And along with that, the Lakers just have not just veterans who high IQ and have been proven, but these veterans have been proven in the biggest of moments. How many veterans on that squad have rings? Just think about that for a moment. Just think about how many rings you can go collect from the Lakers roster. And how many people got more than one? Just really think about that. And even if you look at someone like JaVale McGee, I think JaVale McGee has 2 rings. And you might try to say he wasn't the driving force behind those rings. No, he wasn't the driving force behind those rings, but he was in those games that won them those rings in crucial moments. He was in the huddles when the game was on the line in the finals for a fucking game-winning shot. That raises your IQ. That makes it where no matter what you come across at this point in your career, you've seen it all. That shit is so important. And that leads me to the finals matchup that I believe will be Lakers versus Heat. Now, this matchup I feel will be a good one. I feel like it'll be excitement. I feel like we'll have a good series. Hopefully a 6, maybe even a 7-game series just to get the blood flowing so we can have some excitement, place a few bets, drink a bunch of beer and whiskey, and just have some good shit. Now, the reason why I feel like this is a good matchup, a good matchup for the Heat, one, I'm pulling for the Heat. I want the Heat to win the finals, first of all. I ain't gonna lie, I want my man Jimmy Buckets to get a fucking ring. But, as we all know, the Heat like to run zone. And the reason why they like to run zone is to cover up for players like Duncan Robinson and Goran Dragic. Goran Dragic is short as fuck. He can only do so much against certain players. And Duncan Robinson, he just not a good defender. So you run zone to try to help them out, cover up their inefficiency. Right? But we all know zone works great against 2 types of teams. Teams that cannot drive the ball, get to the lane, get to the hoop, and also teams that cannot shoot the 3. Now, if you can't drive the ball, then you never collapse the zone. And if you can't shoot the 3, it don't matter if you're able to drive the ball because once you kick out, no one's going to make a shot. So the shit doesn't matter. We can focus all our efforts to stopping you when you drive the ball. And the Lakers can't shoot the 3 for shit. I think the last thing I heard, they've been the worst team at shooting the 3 since the NBA started back up. That's some horrible shit. So you can't shoot the 3. You can drive the ball in ISO. Yeah, you got LeBron, but you can't shoot the 3. So because you can't effectively shoot the 3, it's almost a fucking Buck situation. Whoever drive, we create a wall, they kick, we run down on the kick, and because they already probably gonna miss the 3 anyway, we just apply a little more pressure. So now that bring down the chances of you making your 3s in this matchup, Lakers. That's just the God honest truth. However, on the flip side of that, the Lakers are still filled with veterans who are savvy, who are proven, and who have a high IQ. And the coaching staff for the Lakers is filled with veteran coaches, ex-NBA players who've seen it all. So, what I would love to see what the Lakers can do to combat these spurts of zone. Well, I'm not even gonna say spurts of zone. Basically, the zone that has given everyone a problem up until this point. Because all it takes is a night for you to shoot. All you gotta do, you shoot 35% from the three, 30% from the three. It's over with. Because the Miami Heat never come out that game. Only select people gonna shoot threes for the Miami Heat. Other than that, it's jump shots, driving into the lane, drawing fouls. That's it. So I'm very interested to see what the Lakers gonna do with that, with the personnel that they have. Like, how are you gonna attack this zone? Like, you get in the middle of the zone, you drive it. Who you kicking it out to? What's your personnel package? What defensive assignments you giving when guys like Duncan Robinson and Tyler Hero and Goran Dragic really have been consistently shooting the three lights out at about a 40 to 50% clip. Like, that's just nuts. Like, nigga, what are y'all going to do? And, of course, at the end of the day, LeBron is LeBron, so it's like, damn. Like, fuck y'all gonna do, my nigga? Like, this shit is crazy. Man, that is some wild shit. LeBron is LeBron. Fuck. Even after all that shit, I'm still ending it with LeBron is LeBron. And, man, all that shit sound good on paper, but fuck, LeBron. Fuck. Now, I'm going to move on from NBA because I feel like I've been talking about NBA for like 25 minutes now. And like I told y'all, I'm just trying to keep these podcasts 30, 40 minutes tops right now. I ain't trying to do more than that. But on to the next sport, next topic. We're going to talk about this NHL shit. It is Saturday, and last time I checked, fucking the Lightning were winning. And if the Lightning have won, this will be... it's in double OT right now. Damn, I'm recording this podcast late. Anyway, I'm going to just say congratulations right now. Finally, Tampa Bay, you've won the Stanley Cup final. I'm going to just assume y'all going to win. If y'all don't win, then on the next podcast, I'm going to have some shit to talk. But y'all better fucking win. Because how I see it, for the past 3 to 5 years, Tampa Bay Lightning, you have been the best fucking team in the league. Like, I don't know how many President's Trophies you guys have won. You have been the best team in the league, or near the fucking top, for the past 3 to 5 years, and you've done nothing but get bounced out in the first fucking round, over and over again. First round exit. And now, you in Stanley Cup final, and you got a 3-1 lead, and you playing a game right now that can win you the Stanley Cup final, which I believe you will win. And I appreciate y'all never giving up, never breaking up the team, and keep pushing forward. And in this series, at the beginning of this series, I said that y'all worst issue, y'all worst problem was that y'all let teams hang around. But in this series, you finally put your foot on their fucking necks. You did not let up. Every time they thought they was getting close, you scored again. Granted, they still kind of hung around, but you never let the game stay tied for too long. And if you were down, you hurried up and tied that shit up, and you got right back up. So Tampa Bay, hats off to you, and congratulations for finally winning the fucking Stanley Cup. At least I assume you will. And if you don't, Wednesday's podcast is going to be hilarious because I'm going to talk so much shit about you and your fucking trash-ass moments. But, congratulations. Fuck, bro. You motherfuckers, man. Like, y'all literally have been, like, consecutive, like, President's Trophies winners, if I'm not mistaken. And for those of y'all who not familiar with the NHL, the President's Trophy is awarded to basically the best team in the league after the regular season. Like, that's what that is. Like, nigga. Like, I don't want to say it's Bills in the 90-ish, but it might have been close. But y'all about to win one, so nah, I can't even call y'all the Bills in the 90s. I can't even call y'all the Bills. And for any NHL fan that's watching this and don't really know what the fuck I mean by Bills in the 90s, I mean, in the 90s, the Buffalo Bills went to, I think, 4 Super Bowls straight. Or 4 in 5 years or some shit like that. And they didn't win not one. They kept going to the Super Bowl, kept making it to the playoffs. Literally, if they would have won 1 or 2 Super Bowls, they might have went down as like one of the greatest teams to ever exist. But they could not win a Super Bowl. How trash is that? Like, you keep getting opportunities, bro. It's almost like every team that faced you was like, oh, shit, we know how to beat these fucks. Like, what the fuck? All right, enough laughing at the Bills. Fuck. On to the NFL, bro. Man, Thursday night football, it happened. Dolphins versus Jags. Hey, it was actually a good game. To be honest, Thursday night's game's been pretty trash, but it was decent. It was decent. Like, it wasn't like, it wasn't like what Monday night about to be, but it was decent. I honestly thought it was going to be like complete and utter trash, and I thought I wouldn't even want to watch it. But I watched it, and it was nice to see Fitz magic. That was really the nice part. And most people, I feel like, thought the Jags were going to win, but the Dolphins end up winning, and you saw some Fitz magic. And what's crazy about that is how a quarterback can be so good and so much promise. It can show like they have all this potential, but at the same time, next week he's gonna look like fucking trash. Like, how do you in one game you look amazing, and in the next game you look so trash? Like, yes, we've seen other quarterbacks who couldn't like get out their own fucking way. Like, we've seen the 5 touchdowns and 5 interception games. Like trust me, I'm a Bears fan. I had Rex Grossman as a quarterback and went to the Super Bowl with Rex Grossman. And I feel like in that year, I don't know if this is fact, but we're going to say it's fact. I feel like in that year, he threw the most interceptions in the league and was like top 3 in touchdowns. Like, think about that. He threw the most interceptions in the league. Like, no quarterback in the league threw more interceptions than him. And he was at the top in touchdown passes. That's fucking nuts. I may be completely lying, but this might be the biggest. This might be the biggest piece of bullshit ever, but I feel like it's the truth. Honestly speaking, though, Fitz, he might be like the best, like the perfect layover quarterback. Like, and I feel like there's been a few like really, really good layover quarterbacks, like these quarterbacks who jump from team to team to team, and they always like your team probably isn't gonna win a Super Bowl with his quarterback, but he'll do just enough to keep you excited for the season. Maybe think you might, get a wild card spot, and depending on your division, might even win the division. Like, he's one of those. Like, all right, we're going to rebuild a little bit, or we're trying to build this team up, and then until we find our true quarterback, you can go ahead and be in there because you're not going to waste the talent. We're still going to be able to sell some tickets with you. The fans still going to get excited for you. We might even make a wild card slot and make the playoffs with you. Like, he's one of those. He's like the perfect fucking layover quarterback. Swear to God. And from fucking layover quarterbacks, now to what the fuck is going on with the NFL and injuries? Bro, I feel like every fucking body is injured. Like, the fucking 49ers, like, this upcoming Sunday is going to be all second team niggas. It ain't going to, like, none of the start, like, everybody's hurt, bro. And then I heard one nigga saying, like, oh, it was the grass. Like, nigga, nah, it's you out of shape ass niggas, because Niggas wasn't able to do OTAs or whatever the fuck. Like, all this shit was taken away, and you ain't had no preseason. It's almost like you niggas forgot how to fall or something, so you don't get hurt. Like, it is insane, the amount of injuries. Like, insane. Like, fucking, it's almost disrespectful. And it kind of makes you sad, right? Because who knows where these teams would be? Well, it's only week 3, but who knows how certain situations in these games would be different if all these fucking players weren't hurt. And also, these games coming up, like, this shit, like, if you fall into I feel like if a team falls into a slump this season, it's going to be hard for them to get out of that shit. Because you know, this, of course, the season on 16 games, but sometimes a team can lose a few, have a bye week, get their head right, and then come back. I have like a weird feeling like this season, like there won't be really any teams coming back. Like once they fall into that slump, they're just gonna be getting their fucking head kicked in for the rest of the season. So with all these injuries, you motherfuckers need to be careful. Y'all need to be careful because it's getting crazy out here. And speaking of injuries, oh my God, Tyrod. Like, it's so fucked up, bro. The doctor punctures the lung of Tyrod Taylor, quarterback for the Chargers, while trying to give him a numbing shot so he can play in the game because he had some cracked ribs. So the shot, it numbs everything, makes you feel amazing. You don't feel any pain. And then you go play football, and then the next morning, you feel like shit because you played football with cracked ribs. But anyway, the nutty part is that the fucking doctor, while administering the shot, punctures the lungs. Sidelines Tyrod Taylor. And in that game that he was sidelined, it looked like he damn near lost his shot. Granted, it was just great play from the defense, and the Chiefs looked a little out of sorts. But because the Chiefs almost lost that game to the Chargers in week 2, it might have made Tyrod Taylor lose his job for the remaining of the season. And it's fucked up because the team doctor is the one who made this happen, is the one who punctured the lung of Tyrod Taylor. And another reason why I feel like this shit is so fucking nuts is because practice makes perfect, right? I've heard that shit my whole entire life. 1, you're a fucking doctor. 2, you're a team sports doctor. And if both of those are believed to be true, and you've been training to be this team sports doctor, I have to believe that you have performed this procedure many, many, many times. Now, I'm not a doctor, but you're given a shot into the muscle around the ribs to numb the ribs in that area. Yes, the ribs protect the lung. Okay, got you. How fucking deep did you go to puncture his fucking lungs, bro? Like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, you dumb fuck. Like, I know for a fact, well, I don't know for a fact, but I'm going to say I know for a fact that you have had to do this procedure at least 100 times. I didn't do any research on this fucking guy, but you had to have done it at least 100 times. You have to have done some type of something where you can only go so far at least 100 times. Like drawing blood. Like something, bro. You don't just stab all willy-nilly into someone's fucking rib cage, knowing that the lungs and the heart and all these other shit is right behind it. But it's kind of crazy how the team injured the player, and then while the player was injured, the second string player is about to take his job, because the team took the first string player out by injuring him. That shit's fucking... It's not funny, but it's funny. Sorry, Tyrod. Like, fuck, they keep hoeing this man. Because he the same nigga who, a year or so ago, he didn't even really get a chance to play. And they just tossed his ass to the side. Not the Chargers, was another team, but they just, man. Oh, yeah, he had the shit with the Browns. Tyrod starting a couple games, and he only do this, and then they bring in Mayfield and blah, blah, and all this. That shit's fucked up, bro. Oh, shit. That shit's crazy. And that nigga gonna be out again this week. So it's gonna be 2 weeks because the doctor... All right, I'm moving on from that. I'm done with that shit, man. Let's get into these predictions for these football games, and I'm gonna end this fucking podcast, bro. Now, oh shit. Okay, so that Lightning game just ended, and the Stars won. Oh shit, I was just bigging up the Lightning. So the Lightning did what they do. They let the Stars hang around, and the Stars won in double OT. Fucking trash, bro. Oh my fucking God. So now they got to go to a game 6. God damn it. That's insane. That is insane. Now, all right, NFL predictions. So coming up in this week 3, we got Bears versus Falcons. That's a dub for the Bears. Hopefully. If we win that, we're going to be 3-0, and we're probably going to be first in the division. The Falcons, their defense is lackluster, and hopefully Julio Jones is healing up very, very well, but he's not ready to play tomorrow. Because if Julio Jones out, I ain't gonna lie to you, fucking, we got it. We got it. We got it. If Julio Jones does not play, the Bears win easily. Easily. I'm not gonna do a prediction on every game. I'm just gonna look at the games I'm probably looking at. New England versus the Raiders. New England should get a dub. Put them 2-1. I'm looking forward to that game. I did all that shit talking about the Eagles last episode, so I'm going to be watching that Eagles-Bengals game, and the Eagles better fucking win, because if they don't, it's going to be fucking sad. Let's see. Cardinals versus Lions. I'm looking at the Cardinals getting another win, man. Kyler Murray, he's the fucking truth. And the Cardinals are going to do their shit. Cowboys versus Seahawks. Good thing Cowboys won last week on some bullshit. Because if y'all didn't, y'all would be looking at an 0-3 hole. Like, literally. Because the Seahawks is about to fuck you guys up. Buccaneers, Broncos. Bucks are 1-1. Broncos are 0-2. Broncos, as a whole, they look decent, but they're probably a year or so out from being good. And one of the big reasons is Von Miller. He's not playing, so the defense is not whole. But once Von Miller gets back and a quarterback develops a little bit more, Broncos should be ready. So that's a dub for the Bucks. Packers Saints. I'm very, very interested in that game because if you didn't know, the Bears are my favorite team, but my second favorite team is whoever is facing the Packers on a week-to-week basis. So my second favorite team changes every week. So this week, my second favorite team is the Saints. Hopefully they stump a fucking hole in the Green Bay Packers because I fucking hate the Green Bay Packers. And, yeah, so Saints need to win. And the game that everyone is waiting for, Monday night, Ravens versus Chiefs. I got to go with the Ravens. The Chiefs kind of scared me a little bit with last week's game. Now, granted, I don't believe the Chiefs will have 2 games in a row like that. But the Ravens look like they still playing in the playoffs from last year. Like, they don't look like they even took any time off. They're all synced up well already. Like, it's like nothing changed, nothing stopped. They're good to go. Those are all the games I'm really going to be looking at. Anything else is just some bullshit I really don't care about. Maybe I should say something about Rams and the Bills. They're both 2-0. The Bills are going to win that game. Rams are a little beat up. Bills are at home. That's a dub for the Bills. Oh, Washington and Browns. Actually, I should be looking at Washington and Browns. So I feel like if the Browns lose a couple more games, they're going to be looking to trade Odell Beckham. So remember, New England, pick up Odell Beckham because Cam needs it. You see what's going on for Kyler Murray. And that's actually going to be it because I'm fucking done talking. It's already like 40-something fucking minutes, I think. So this is the 6th episode of Dem Sports Talk Podcast. I have been your host, the finest Madison, and it's been great being negative. And I can't wait till Wednesday so I can talk some more shit. Again, like, comment, subscribe. I'm going to keep this shit rocking. I'm going to not fall off, staying consistent, and we're going to do 2 a week every week. Peace, King.